Hey Potter people. Right now we're doing a Potter People book haul, the first ever one. So I'll just get started right away.
What?
Um, no, I'm talking to the camera, Jackson. Um,
What?
the,
What? What?
the first book I got was The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown and Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. They're in the same series, I think. So yeah. And the next three I got to review to make sure that they're appropriate for my school. Delcraw Academy, The Candidates. It's an urban fantasy book, kind of like The Mortal Instruments. It involves, teenagers and magic, and not really like magic, but supernatural stuff. I got The Host by Stephanie Meyer, paperback. It's about aliens and them inhabiting people's bodies. Um, and House Rules by Jodi Picoult. I've read My Sister's Keeper and Vanishing Acts by her. So yeah. Now I'm going to read the summaries of each of the book. That's what we'll do on the Pod People book hauls. And then once we're done with the books, on whatever podcast is closest to when we finish it, we'll talk about it. So for the Da Vinci Code, an ingenious code hidden in the works of Leonardo da Vinci, a desperate race through the cathedrals and castles of Europe, an astonishing truth concealed for centuries, unveiled at last. That's all it really says about a summary, and this is kind of just talking about the popularity and stuff. Angels and Demons. It says, world-renowned Harvard symbologist Robert Langdon is summoned to a Swiss research facility to analyze a cryptic symbol reared into the chest of a murdered physicist. What he discovers is unimaginable, a deadly vendetta against the Catholic Church by a centuries-old underground organization, the Illuminati. Desperate to save the Vatican from a powerful time bomb, Langdon joins forces in Rome with the beautiful and mysterious scientist Vittoria Vetra. Together they embark on a frantic hunt through sealed crypts, dangerous catacombs, deserted cathedrals, and the most secretive vault on Earth, the long-forgotten Illuminati lair. Dan C. Lewis is far from popular. This is for the candidates. Dan C. Lewis is far from popular, and that's not just because of her average grades or less than glamorous wardrobe. In fact, Dancia's mediocrity is calculated cover for her secret. Whenever she sees a person threatening someone she cares about, things just happen. Cars skid, structures collapse, usually someone gets hurt. So Dancia does everything she can to avoid getting close to anyone, believing this way she can suppress her powers and keep them hidden. But when recruiters from the prestigious Delcroix Academy show up in her living room offering a full scholarship, Dancia's days of living under the radar may be over. Only Delcroix is not a school for child geniuses and diplomats kids, not B students with uncontrollable telekinetic tendencies. So why are they treating Dancia like she's special? Even the hottest guy on campus seems to be going out of his way to make Dancia feel welcome. And then there's her new mysterious friend, Jack, who can't stay out of trouble. He suspects something dangerous is going on at the academy and wants Dancia to help him figure out what. But Dancia isn't convinced. She hopes that maybe the recruiters know more about her gift than they're letting on. Maybe that can help her understand how to use it. But not even Dancia have imagined what awaits her behind the gates of Delcroix Academy. Shh. Hello, Jackson. Jackson, wanna come say hi? Come here. Okay. This is for the host. Melanie Strider refuses to fade away. Our world has been invaded by an unseen enemy that takes over the minds of human hosts while leaving their bodies intact. But Wanderer, the invading soul who occupies Melanie's body, finds its former tenant refusing to relinquish possession of her mind. As Melanie fills Wanderer's thoughts with visions of Jared, a human who had avoided invasion and lives in hiding, Wanderer begins to yearn for a man she's never met. Soon Wanderer and Melanie, reluctant allies, set off to search for the man they both love. That's the host. And then for house rules, I have not read the summary. I know it's about a boy with Asperger's, though. Jacob Hunt is a teenage boy with Asperger's syndrome. He's hopeless at reading social cues or expressing himself well to others. And like many kids with Asperger's, Jacob has a special focus on one subject, in his case, forensic analysis. He's always showing up at crime scenes thanks to the police scanner he keeps in his room and telling the cops what they need to do. And he's usually right. But then his town is rocked by a terrible murder, and for a change, the police come to Jacob with questions. All of the hallmark behaviors of Asperger's, not looking someone in the eye, stimulatory tics and twitches, flat affect, can look like guilt to a law enforcement personnel. Suddenly, Jacob and his family, who can only want to fit in, feel the spotlight shining directly on them. For his mother, Emma, it's a brutal reminder of the intolerance and misunderstanding that's always threatened her family. For his brother Theo, it's another indication of why nothing is normal because of Jacob. And this small family, the soul-searing question looms. Did Jacob commit murder? That's House Rules by Jodi Picoult. That's Potter People Book Haul. I'm Riley. We'll get one for Isaac and Alejandra, and I'll see you for the next podcast.